Hello everyone, my name is Lana and I'm coming at you with my very first video, and today I'm going to be talking about my miscarriage. So if you are sensitive to the subject, this video is not for you. Alright, so basically what I'm going to do is start from the very beginning. My husband and I decided that we wanted to try again when my son was 10 or 11 months, and that was in August. So we tried, baby dance or whatever during ovulation, and crazy thing is I didn't even know what I was doing at that point. I was just like, oh, okay, we're gonna baby dance this day or that day, and then we're just gonna keep trying and see what happens the next month. And that 2-week wait had just ended, and I told my husband, I said, you know what, I'm not even gonna take the test, because I think it's just gonna be a complete waste, because I honestly didn't believe in myself or my husband. And I don't know why. Because I didn't have enough information about trying to conceive, so I just said, whatever, we just won't take the test. It'll be a waste, because pregnancy tests are very, very expensive. They are not cheap at all. So yeah, but anyway, so that weekend we actually moved, and this is going into early September, very early September. And let me see what happened. My period did not show up when expected, and this was 3 weeks after baby dancing. So my period was a week late, and I said, you know what, babe, I'm gonna take the test. I'm gonna wait a couple more days, and then I'm gonna take the test and see what happens. Well, I took the test. I got up in the morning, because you're supposed to take the pregnancy test in the morning. Same thing with the ovulation test, but anyway. So I took the test, and I said, you know what, I'm not even gonna be sad. I decided that I won't be sad. And I took the test, and I jumped in the shower without even looking at the test. And then I got out the shower, my husband was still asleep, and I picked up the test, and it said pregnant. This is the test right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah, we were super excited. The first thing I wanted to do is I wanted to tell my mom, I wanted to tell my mother-in-law, I told my son, even though he doesn't really understand because he just turned 1. And yeah, we were excited. I was shocked. I could not stop looking at that pregnancy test, because I was just like, oh my God, like, we actually did it. Like, not to say that there's anything wrong with my husband and I, because we're completely healthy, but I was so shocked. That's the only way I can describe it, is that I was just in shock. And yeah, so we were excited. We told my mom and his mom, and I set up my doctor's appointment. And of course, my doctor won't see until I'm 9 weeks pregnant, so that he can actually see something on the screen. And a couple days after I made that appointment, let's see what happened. 4 or 5 days later, I started bleeding, and I told my husband, said, babe, I'm bleeding. And he's like, well, it's probably nothing. It's just, whatever. I don't really remember what he said, but he just told me not to worry about it. And all I know, from that day on, I bleeded, and I bled like a period. Kind of, sort of. It was a really kind of like similar to a period, but it was a really light period. And I went to, oh no, I called my OB office. I said, is there any way you guys can see me, because I started bleeding and I don't know what's going on, so I need to make sure that I'm okay, and I also need to know that the baby is okay. Well, long story short, they told me to go to the hospital and see what was going on. And I went to the hospital, and they basically told me that I miscarried. And that's what happened. I was sad for about 2 weeks. I mean, I was only going on 5 weeks. I can't really, I mean, a loss is a loss, but you know, like, women go through different stages depending on the length of time that they were pregnant. I was just barely a quarter way through my first trimester, so I didn't really get too attached, but I'm not gonna say that I wasn't hurt, because every time I looked at that test, I cried. And the other pregnancy test, I told my husband, I said, babe, I need you to hide these tests, because the more that I look at them, the more they're gonna remind me of our loss. And he hid them. I have no idea where he hid them at all. Like, at all. He's but yeah. So to this day, we're still trying. It's been, let's see, I miscarried before the 9th of last month, and it's been a month, and my period came back like 3 weeks after, which was amazing, because most people end up waiting for like months and months at a time, and I was scared because we want another baby right now. And yeah, so yeah, that is the story of my miscarriage. I'm not giving up, because this is the first try, and my mom told me that, you know, I have to pick myself up. So basically, I'm just, you know, I'm continuing to read my Bible, you know, pray when I need to, because, you know, I can't be down, I can't be sad, because, you know, this could have been way worse. I could have been in my 2nd trimester or my 3rd trimester, or I could have, you know, gone all the way through and delivered a stillborn baby. And that would have been really, really hard. What I went through is nothing compared to what most women go through on a daily basis, honestly. Like, I never thought in a million years that that would happen to me, and it did. And I'm not completely healed. Kind of backtracked a couple days ago, but I can say that I am a lot better. And I can look at that test and say to myself that we can do this again. We can have another baby, because I already have one blessing, and we just want to keep adding to our family. And, you know, I'm not going to give up. And, yeah. So, yeah, that is the end of this video. I hope it's not too long. I hope I didn't get too off topic, but if you yourself are trying to conceive, I'm wishing you baby dust, and I hope that eventually you get your rainbow baby or your baby, and God bless all of you. Bye-bye.